Kenya is building what will become the largest port in the entire African continent. And somehow, almost nobody is talking about it. We're talking about a $25 billion mega project, stretching 2,000 kilometers across Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. A port, a railway, an oil pipeline, a highway, all being built at the same time. It's called the LAPSSET corridor. And today I'm going to show you exactly what it is, how far it's gone, what it means for Kenya, and why it might be the most important project this country has ever attempted. LAPSSET stands for Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia Transport Corridor. It was conceived in the 1970s. Yes, the 1970s, but officially launched in 2012. The idea is simple but massive. Build a transport corridor connecting landlocked Ethiopia and South Sudan directly to the Kenyan coast, through Lamu. Ethiopia has 120 million people and zero coastline. South Sudan sits on some of Africa's largest oil reserves. Kenya sits right between them. Lamu is our gateway. LAPSSET has 3 pillars. Number 1, Lamu Port, 32 berths when complete. Right now, 3 are operational. Number 2, a standard gauge railway from Lamu to the Ethiopian border. Number 3, an oil pipeline to transport crude from South Sudan and Ethiopia to Lamu for global export. Plus roads, an airport upgrade, and resort cities. Yes, resort cities. Let me put this in perspective. The SGR, which everyone talks about, costs $3.6 billion. LAPSSET, $25 billion. That's almost 7 SGRs. And it's not just a railway. It's a railway, a port, a pipeline, a highway, and 3 brand new cities, all in one project. Use an animated map, Lamu, Isiolo, Addis Ababa, Juba. Even a basic graphic works powerfully here. So where are we right now? Let's be completely honest about what exists and what doesn't. Lamu Port. 3 berths are complete and operational since 2021. 3 out of a planned 32. The Lamu Isiolo road corridor. Partially done, partially stalled. The railway? Barely started. The pipeline? Still in negotiation. Resort cities of Lamu, Isiolo, and Lokichar? Still mostly on paper. Here's my honest take as someone who follows these projects closely. The port itself is real. It is being built. The foundation is solid, but the full LAPSSET corridor, the railway, the pipeline, the cities, those are 15 to 20 years away at the current pace. And that's not necessarily a failure. This is a multi-generational project. The question is, are we being honest with Kenyans about the timeline? But here's what I want you to understand, and this is important. When people say LAPSSET is failing, they're comparing a 40-year project to a 10-year timeline. That's not fair. The question isn't whether LAPSSET is done. It's whether Kenya is serious about it. And there are signs that we are, and signs that we aren't. Let me show you both. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Kenya does not have $25 billion. Nobody does, not right now. The strategy is to build in phases, attract private investors, and secure development loans. That's legitimate. But it means the full project depends entirely on whether investors believe in Kenya's long-term political and economic stability. That is a political question, not just an engineering one. There's something else nobody in government wants to say loudly. The LAPSSET corridor passes through some of Kenya's most conflict-affected regions: Lamu, Garissa, Isiolo, Marsabit. Al-Shabaab has already attacked projects in Lamu County. Any serious infrastructure plan for this corridor has to include a serious security plan. And so far that conversation is not happening loudly enough. And then there's the question everyone is thinking: who is actually paying for all this? Some components involve Chinese financing, some involve World Bank funding, some are Kenyan government funded. I'll do a dedicated video on this. The financing structure alone deserves a full deep dive. But here's what I'll say now. The money is complicated, the politics are complicated, but the project itself, the vision, is absolutely the right one for Kenya. Funding, security, and execution. Those are the three realities we have to face. Okay, I've told you the problems. Now let me tell you why I'm still excited. Because underneath all the delays and the politics, something real is being built. And when it's done, even 30 years from now, it will change East Africa forever. Okay, I've told you the problems. Now let me tell you why I'm still excited. Because underneath all the delays and the politics, something real is being built. And when it's done, even 30 years from now, it will change East Africa forever. When Lamu Port is fully operational, all 32 berths, it will handle 23 million containers a year. For comparison, Mombasa Port today handles about 1.5 million. That is a 15 times increase in Kenya's shipping capacity. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of jobs, new industries, Kenya becoming the logistics capital of East and Central Africa. But LAPSSET isn't just about Kenya, it's about regional power. Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country, has no port. They currently use Djibouti, controlled by another nation. LAPSSET gives Ethiopia a choice, and it gives Kenya leverage. If this project succeeds, Kenya becomes irreplaceable in East African geopolitics. That's not just economic value, that's strategic national power. This is the kind of project that defines a generation. So here is my verdict, and I want to be precise. Lamu Port, Phase 1, 7 out of 10. Real progress, real infrastructure. Behind schedule, but genuinely being built. LAPSSET overall, 4 out of 10. Not because the vision is bad, the vision is right, but because the execution plan is too fragmented and the funding is too uncertain. What Kenya needs now is not more announcements. We need a clear, public, independently monitored 10-year delivery plan. Phase by phase, budget by budget, contractor by contractor. Kenyans deserve to know exactly what is being built, when, and for how much. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think LAPSSET will ever be fully completed in your lifetime? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments below. And if you're from Lamu County, or you've actually worked on any of these projects, I especially want to hear from you. Your ground-level experience is more valuable than any report I can read. If you want to be the Kenyan who actually understands what's being built in this country and what it really costs, subscribe. I cover these projects like nobody else does. No PR, no politics. Just the facts, the numbers, and the honest truth. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.